To many people, a car is simply an object to be used for transportation, a slave waiting patiently in the garage for the beckon of its master. To many people, their cars have no soul, but are used merely to show off to the pretty girl down the street or look cute with cute glue-on eyelashes. To many people, the rusted-out wreck of a scrap heap that occupied a space in my driveway years ago was just that, a pile of trash, no different to my 5-year-old eyes. To my father and many other special car folks out there, the pile was a treasure, a 1964.5 Mustang coupe waiting to be reborn. My first memory of the Mustang, as we've always called it, betrays my innocent foolishness towards the awesomeness of cars. My father changed my outlook. My father's Mustang is a 1964.5 coupe. He always tells people it's a 1965 because he doesn't like to argue with people. In truth, however, it's a half year because it rolled off the line in the middle of '64, so get over it. The Mustang was nowhere near new when it fell lovingly into my father's hands, and had already been in crashes from every angle, including the roof. Watch for those evil trees. My father drove it for many years, until his kids showed up and he got busy. The Mustang sat quietly in the driveway, the Maryland humidity slowly eating it away. My father loved that Mustang despite his actions, and it was a car nut at heart. Once my brother and I grew a little older, he began to restore his car. At the time of my first Mustang memory, I believe I was 5. I was a smart, tomboyish girl who loved riding horses and drawing dragons. I was also pretty morbid for a kid my age. My first memory of the car was a thought. My father would never finish the Mustang before he died. Dad worked slowly on the car, disabled by time and money. To my inexperienced eyes, he never made any progress. I remember thinking that, since he'd die before restoring the Mustang, I would have to continue for him. So I vowed to help my father whenever he was working on the car, to learn how to continue his work. Being 5, however, on my first day of training, I quickly got bored and went off to do something else. Though I never told Dad my thoughts, over the years I never gained confidence in his finishing. He would come to prove me wrong. Please don't judge me as a bad daughter not supporting my father or anything like that. The car was in extremely bad shape. Dents scored the entire car. The engine had to be rebuilt, the seats recovered, the whole thing was gutted. Rust and Bondo was holding the body together. Most of the car was in boxes in my basement. How could you blame me for not realizing how amazingly talented and smart my dad was at rebuilding cars? While my dad continued to work over 18 years, the Mustang only really came together over the past year, 2018, when he was given a deadline, my mother's birthday and my leaving for college. My dad taught himself how to weld, configure electronics, rebuild an engine, and prime the car, using only the car manual and YouTube videos. It amazed me to see the Mustang leave the driveway for the first time, both being towed and under its own power. I was scared the engine would explode the first time we turned it over. Over the years, as the Mustang started to look like an actual car, I began to take more of an interest and helped a little near the end. Though it wasn't ready to take me to prom, I was able to drive the Mustang before I left for college, a memory I will cherish for the rest of my life. My outlook has changed. Never again will I view an old car in need of some help as only trash. Old cars are a treasure in need of love and care, waiting for a family to take it in. The Mustang's reincarnation proved this in the resiliency and talent of my father. As they say, one man's trash is another family's member.